Kitkatscanread. Hello BookTube, my name is Katie and today I'm here with a very special sort of video haul, and I'm hauling some indie books, and I was asked very kindly by Mark Shaw to do this, and he has created this hashtag indie books be seen as a way of indie book authors teaming together to get their books out there, and I completely support that idea. I think that's absolutely fantastic, and I will link the videos that he has done explaining all of that sort of stuff in the description box below if you want to check more out on it, and I'll also leave their website as well, which they have created, in the description as well. And yeah, it's honestly, it's such a great thing because indie authors, you know, they don't get the big recognition that they do deserve. I have some indie author friends and I have read their books and they're absolutely fantastic, and I think that indie authors honestly should get more attention because, you know, some authors, they get their books published by big publishers so they get recognised more, but these don't have the chance, and I'm just here to sort of put these books out there. I've got 7 books to show you guys, and I hope that you honestly do pick these books up. They sound actually really good, and actually books that I probably would pick up myself. And let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the picture on my side over here so you can see it on the screen, and then I'm going to read the synopsis off of the internet. So I'll be reading this off my phone, which is why I'll probably be looking down like this. So the first book that I'm going to talk about is called Breaking the Rules. This is by L.K. Lewis. Morgan Lane has just completed grad school and has accepted a job at Baylor Industries with the help of her father, who just so happens to be golf buddies with Drake Baylor Sr., CEO. Morgan has lived her 24 years of life under her parents' thumbs and is more than eager to start living life and carving a successful career for herself. Drake Baylor Jr. is being groomed to take over as CEO of Baylor Industries upon his father's retirement. Although he was raised in an affluent household, his formative years were rough, leading to a string of bad decisions and hard-lived years. In order to take over as CEO, his father has given him a set of rules to live by for an indefinite period of time. No drugs, limited alcohol consumption, and absolutely no relationships whatsoever with women, his greatest weakness. If he can sustain from those 3 things, work hard and gain his father's trust, he can have the keys to the kingdom. Drake meets Morgan on her first day at Baylor Industries, and the phrase love at first sight doesn't even come close to describing what is felt between them. Their instant attraction is magnetic. It's a pull that is stronger than either one of them can handle. Now Drake and Morgan are faced with figuring out how to fight for their future together, hoping not to get caught breaking the rules. Sounds really good, and an interesting relationshipy, romance, intense, fiery sort of thing that's happening. So it sounds really good. Definitely pick that one up. The next book that I'm going to talk about is called Walls by Alex Jones. Psychologist Dan Whitney and his wife Michelle, an emergency room nurse, live an otherwise unspectacular life in suburban Detroit. To help inject some new life back into their marriage, they decide upon a somewhat unconventional resort hotel in Palm Springs as the setting for their romantic getaway. But their plans start to unravel slowly almost as soon as they arrive, when they are presented with a series of unexpected roadblocks. All seems lost when mechanical problems suddenly cause their hotel room to be unavailable. Luckily, their vacation is saved at the last minute by Philippe Morel, the hotel's wealthy and personable owner, who invites them to spend the rest of their vacation at the estate he shares with his wife, Francesca. Dan's initial relief is short-lived, and he becomes increasingly suspicious of Philippe's motives. Too late, he realizes that Philippe has been playing him against Michelle in a sinister plan to meet his own sadistic needs. A plan that creates not only an immense rift in Dan's marriage, but puts their lives in peril. Will Dan be able to find a way to rescue his marriage to Michelle? Will they be able to find a way to work together to survive Philippe's manipulation and break free from his seductive web of blackmail and deceit? Will they be able to find a way to escape with their lives? So it sounds really conflicty and like, whoa. This next book is called E by Kate Rath, and this says Outpost 3, a huddle of crumbling buildings choked by a concrete wall, cracked pavement, rusted metal, splintering boards, huge robotic sentries police the streets, but the 10 laws are broken every time one turns its back. Eden is determined, smart, and a born survivor. Stripped of her memories and dumped on the streets of the outpost, slavers and starvation are the only beginning of her problems. A devastating conflict is coming that threatens to consume her world and tear her newfound family apart. Life is harsh. It makes no exceptions, not even for the innocent. This sounds really, really cool, actually, like a different sort of world and kind of dystopian-ish. Definitely need to check that one out. This next one is called Conflict Silver by Angela Alston. When Sally Foreman opens an upscale boutique above an old abandoned silver mine, it's the fulfillment of a long dream. She is a talented still life visual artist who's quickly forging a name for herself in South Chicago. But as exciting as the venture might be, Shelley harbours an ache inside that no amount of creative success can soothe. For a decade now, her father has been missing, and even though he was far from the perfect parent, she feels grief-stricken and all alone in the world. After putting up stakes in Baltimore and moving to Chicago on a whim to find him, Shelley still has mixed feelings about reuniting with her no-account father. She searches tirelessly for him on the mean, unforgiving streets of the inner city. A run of heartbreaking incidents turns their bittersweet reunion into a free-for-all, and Shelley and her father are left with a strained relationship, unresolved feelings, and a lot of unanswered questions. Then all hell breaks loose. Crazy, scary sightings and mysterious transactions take place in the creepy 18th century dress shop across the street from her store, and a local den of thieves begin to torment the small group of unsuspecting business owners in the rundown community. If only Shelley had the love and support of her father, a private detective, an all-around tough guy, she might feel safe once more. So it sounds like a really interesting thriller and definitely one that you need to pick up. This next one is called Inseparable by Bella Chow. I've loved you since the first day when you saved my life. Life has never been easy for Julie. Between working her minimum wage job and living with a mother who never seemed to grow up, she couldn't ever find time to have a relationship of her own. After she meets Jack, a man who seems to have it all, she's surprised to find how miserable a wealthy family man's life can be. When Jack's wife Sophie chafes at her dull marriage, she files for divorce. Worse, she files for sole custody of their kids, seizes half their assets, and continues to try and make Jack's life miserable. It's only through a new relationship with Julie that he's able to keep it together. However, when it rains, it pours. Julie has a secret that could tear the budding relationship apart. Jack's great job and standing in the community evaporates underneath him. Will their relationship wither under the combined force of fate and a vengeful ex-wife? Or can they listen to their hearts and stay the way they truly feel? Inseparable. So, sounds quite deep and intense. Next of all, we have The Phoenix Project by D.M. Kane. In Silverford Prison, time was obsolete. One day drifted into the next, and without any sense of time, how could he move on? Time heals all wounds, so where did that leave him? One man battles through guilt and redemption in D.M. Kane's riveting new novel, The Phoenix Project. In a dystopian future, Britain has descended into violence and terror as criminals run rampant. In response, The Phoenix Project is created, a system in which inmates from prisons across the country fight to the death, cheered on by a bloodthirsty public. Raven Kennedy, a prisoner who is unable to forgive himself for his past crime, struggles to come to grips with the present, and in which he is forced to kill others. As he faces one of his fiercest battles yet, Raven appears to find an ally in Alexia, a woman who provides both the means for Raven's disturbing methods of self-harm and the strength to resist it. He begins to realise he will either die in the ring or live and archive stardom, but before he can fight for his life, he needs to find a reason to live. His real enemy is not the man pitted against him, it is the monster inside himself. Sounds really cool and kind of like the Hunger Games in a way. Maybe it's like an adult Hunger Games. That's definitely one that maybe you need to pick up. And this final book is called American Goddess by Gary R. Henry. When two small-town women find themselves with nearly unlimited powers of mind and body, their lives get complicated. Things turn nasty as a shadowy organisation attempts to use Megan and Trish for their own evil ends and destroy them, their town and the USA in the progress. So it sounds really awesome with superpowers and battling out. So guys, that is the end of this indie ebook haul. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please, honestly, check these books out. I will leave all of the names with the authors and links down in the description box below. Definitely click on it and add it to your to be read, add it to your wish list or purchase it. And yeah, this has been a fantastic video to do, really interesting, and I hope everybody is honestly pleased with this sort of idea. But it's definitely one of those projects that you need to support, and I always support indie authors. I'm one of those really great people. I just think everybody deserves a chance. So thank you for this opportunity, Mark. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I'm so grateful for you to pick me, and I am honoured and I'm happy to help, honestly. Super Kit Kat to the rescue, as I say. But honestly, give this video a thumbs up if you do really support this and enjoy this video, and thank you honestly for watching. It does mean a lot to me as well as indie books be seen. So keep smiling, keep reading and be happy, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Bye!